All right, here's how I grew my personal YouTube channel to over 100,000 subscribers. So as you can see, here's some analytics. In the past 28 days, I've gained 112,000 subs, 48.7 million views, and then 5K in ad revenue. I think I'm sitting at around like 169,000 subscribers right now. The biggest thing is this all came from shorts. So if we go to my shorts and go to my most popular, you can see that, you know, a majority of these views are literally all just from YouTube shorts. I'm gonna break down kind of the strategy I used and how I was able to have that crazy amount of growth in such a short period of time. It's March 2024 right now. In January 2024, I was literally at 9,000 subscribers. So, you know, in just a couple of months, I grew massively on YouTube specifically. The whole underlying theme behind why all this happened is, in my opinion, the first most important thing is better storytelling. And the second most important thing is better branding. So what I mean by better storytelling is I basically, in each of these videos here, I optimize each of them to just be a story and to basically drag the viewer along throughout the whole video so that they have to watch to the very end. Because how the algorithms work on most social media platforms is they're all based off of retention. So the longer someone watches the video, the more the video gets pushed on the algorithm to other viewers. So if I can get someone to watch 100% of my video, then my video will get pushed to more people. We can even prove that by going on this video here.
I'm gonna teach my
and going to the analytics. I probably have to do it here. Content. We'll go to shorts. Let's go with one. Okay, this one has 10 million views. Go to the analytics. So as you can see, the average viewer watched 90% of the video. So the average view duration was 54 seconds. Now, the crazy thing about these videos is these are actually just repurposed videos that I filmed on TikTok. So I filmed these originally as TikTok videos and posted them as Instagram Reels as well. But the whole thing was I wasn't posting any of these videos on YouTube because what YouTube Shorts does is it caps your video off at 1 minute. So these videos are like 1:30 up to 2 minutes long, like these actual videos that I make. So before I wasn't posting them on YouTube, but now I was just like, fuck it, let me clip the video at 60 seconds and just post it on YouTube. So the video is not even complete. Like that's the crazy thing. Like you get to the end and you don't even get the full punchline of the video. But since people are so like on their seats to hear what's happening next, they get all the way to the very end of the video and then it just replays. So that increases the retention. I wish like I could show the whole video, but it's actually working in my favor here. And as you can see, it works. 10.5 million views. If you do have some short form footage that is over a minute, just chop it off at 59 seconds, post it as a YouTube short, and it should do good. I think there's a bunch of different ways to structure a story. I think there was just one book I read years ago. It's called like The Storyteller's Secret. It was this book here. I read this a couple years back, and it broke down like the most successful TED Talks and why they were successful. And I think the most successful TED Talks had a joke every blank amount of seconds. I forget how many seconds was. There was like a scientific reasoning behind it where it's like, okay, in this interval of time, you need to put a joke here. It doesn't have to be like a joke that gets the audience, you know, standing up and giving a standing ovation. Just a little something to get some sort of chuckle out of the audience. So that's basically what I do with my content. Now, my content is more entertainment. It's not like educational like coaches and consultants are doing. But even if you're a coach or consultant or you run like a B2B business, you should still try to incorporate some sort of humor into your videos. It doesn't have to be like stand-up comedy humor, but like humor that resonates with your audience. So like if you were making content for other doctors, you add in some sort of humor that other doctors would find funny. I don't know what that would be, but like, so in my videos, I try to add something funny every like 3 seconds. So if you can go here, I'll break down something.
This is how I'm gonna teach my son not to talk to strangers on the internet. So when my son turns 10 years old, I'm gonna get him the newest Xbox and the newest...
So right there, that's something people can laugh at because they're like, you're gonna give a kid an Xbox at 10 years old? Like that's gonna fry his brain or something like that.
Newest Call of Duty game. So he's gonna play this new Call of Duty and he's gonna join a public lobby and start talking in game chat as any kid does. But little does he know, I will be in the same exact lobby as him with a voice changer.
So right there, it's like no normal person joins the same lobby with their son and uses a voice changer. So right there, that just gets people to laugh. It's like a pattern interrupt. At this point in the video, you're wondering like, what the fuck is this guy gonna say next? How does this lead to the hook, which is here's how I'll teach my son not to talk to strangers. So the whole time someone's just wondering how we get to this point. So they watch the whole video to do that. So that's just a part of storytelling there. And then also the branding. So what I mean by branding is like, if I go to the shorts tab and I just scroll through these videos, a lot of them will look the same. So like just like the white text with the black stroke, literally white text, black stroke. A little different, but white text, black stroke.
Faster slow. Bush camp daddy.
This is like the normal AI captions. White text, black stroke. So you can see, if you scroll through the shorts tab, everything looks the same. What this does is it doesn't get the viewer to associate what they're watching with being a brand. So like, this doesn't spell out brand to me. I'm not gonna remember who this guy is by his captions, but like if you look at some of my videos, I intentionally place branding on each of them. So if you come here, you'll see that every video starts with me just staring at the camera or like being in the shot. And then we have my own like custom font and a caption colorway that I do, where it's like the orange with the darker orange stroke. 2033. And then this is like the alt text is like the white with the dark orange stroke. So like this is a caption style that I specifically created with a branding guide. And like, for example, I can show you my branding guide and the thought that goes into it. This is my branding guide right here, where I have like my objectives, my content pillars, and then I just have a bunch of colors that I want to use. Along with that, I have like my fonts, my overlays, and my backgrounds, etc. And I've constructed all of these things to make sure that when someone watches my video and then they get recommended another one of my videos through the algorithm, that when they see the second video, they'll realize, oh, this is the same exact person that I watched the other day and that made me laugh. I'm going to watch this person's video again. There's a study that Google did. It's called like the 7-11-4 study or something like that. I got to look this up because I don't want to botch it. Before someone purchases, they need to consume 7 hours of your content or interact with you for 7 hours. They need to do it across 11 different touch points. So like 11 different short form videos or long form videos. And they need to do it in 4 separate locations before they make a purchase. So like this is through like the YouTube Shorts feed, the YouTube long form feed, Instagram Reels, or TikTok. Like they need to see you in 4 different spots. They need to consume 7 hours of content, and they need to do it 11 different times for them to truly trust you enough for them to be like a lay down sale. So in my case, it's a little different because it's like entertainment and I'm not really selling anything right now. Like the thing that I'm going to be selling next off of this page is just for people to listen to my music. And if people trust me enough, like if people are consuming 7 hours of my content across 11 different touch points in 4 separate locations, they're going to trust me and like me enough to go for my ask or my sale, which is, hey, listen to my music here, and I'll have like a whole nother like strategy rollout for that. But by having consistent branding, they actually remember who you are. They can start to develop that parasocial relationship, and because they know it's you when they're consuming the 7 hours of content, and they don't just associate you with every other random person that's on their YouTube Shorts feed or on their TikTok feed, etc. So those are kind of the 2 biggest things: is just learn how to storytell better, and then also implement some sort of branding guide. I have other videos on my channel about how to create a branding guide, so you can check that out here on the Makai Media YouTube. But as for storytelling, man, like this book's really good, The Storyteller's Secret, and then there's also different story archetypes. So like story archetypes, look at some of these graphs. The hero's journey is really cool, where it's like the call to action, and then it just goes through. Like if you can incorporate this circle into a video, it's going to be a good story. There's a ton of different ways to tell stories. That's a whole rabbit hole you can go into on YouTube, but just learn what types of stories work best for you and just practice telling a bunch of different types of stories, and you should be pretty golden. Don't worry about having super fancy edits. Like that's really not what matters. What matters is you tell a really good story and you have consistent branding. Now, consistent branding, it doesn't mean have over the top Adobe After Effects edits. Like literally, my shit's simple, bro, and it gets 10 million views. This is some simple stuff. You don't have to go over the top. Make it recognizable. That's all I have to say. So yeah, that's how I grew 100,000 subscribers in a short amount of time. Hopefully you can use these tips and implement them yourself.